The WNBA All-Star starters have been announced, y'all. They've been announced. Y'all want to guess who not starting? Hey, listen. Some people don't belong in certain conversations.
And the front court players, Boston, Nafisi Collier, Nika, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. All right. And down here, Boston, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas. No Angel Reese, folks.
Angel Reese didn't just miss out on making the All-Star starting lineup. She didn't even manage to squeeze into the list of reserves. This is one of the most hyped names in the entire WNBA. A player who entered the season with massive fanfare and endless media attention. And after all the campaigning, after practically begging fans to flood the ballots on her behalf, the results are impossible to spin. Reese pulled in just over 500,000 votes. On paper, that might sound respectable, but when stacked against the expectations that have followed her since day one, it's shockingly underwhelming. This is the same player Forbes confidently anointed as the co-face of the WNBA, as if she had already secured her spot on the league's throne right alongside Caitlin Clark. The narrative was written. Reese was supposed to be part of the WNBA's new royalty, a central figure in the league's next era. But here's the thing, the scoreboard doesn't lie. The votes don't lie. The fans have made their voices heard. And the message couldn't be clearer. Hype is not the same as impact. And popularity on social media does not automatically translate to all-star status. While the league and the media tried to package Reese as a cultural centerpiece, the public has drawn its own conclusions. This isn't about disliking Angel Reese. It's about performance. It's about consistency. It's about proving night after night that you deserve the spotlight you're chasing right now. Reese is learning the hard way that headlines and endorsements can get you in the door, but only production keeps you in the room.
And Angel Reese being the face of the WNBA, you would think Angel Reese is leading the league in votes. Not only is the self-proclaimed Barbie not in the lead, Angel Reese isn't even close to making the top 10.
So what exactly went wrong here? How did Angel Reese, one of the most talked about players entering the season, end up completely missing the All-Star cut, not just as a starter, but not even making it as a reserve? How did someone Forbes labeled as the co-face of the WNBA end up with fan support that barely made a ripple? The answer is layered, but at its core, it comes down to one brutal reality: performance beats promotion. For months, the narrative around Reese has been carefully built. Plenty of interviews, countless social media moments, constant media coverage framing her as one of the league's biggest stars. But while the marketing machine roared, the on-court production simply didn't match the volume. Fans can spot the difference. They know when someone's being presented as a superstar versus when someone's earning superstar status. Reese entered the season expecting the storylines to do the heavy lifting, but in the WNBA, the fans don't vote for press releases, they vote for impact. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has been stacking receipts despite being double-teamed, targeted, and hit with every bit of physical play opponents can throw at her. She continues to show up night after night, delivering highlights, leading her team, and pulling the league into record-breaking territory. Clark isn't just filling arenas, she's rewriting what's possible for women's basketball in real time. Fans didn't just show up for her, they showed out. They flooded the ballots, making her the top vote getter, earning her rightful place as all-star captain. And here's the part the critics still don't seem to get: it's not forced, it's not manufactured, it's authentic. The people who support Caitlin Clark aren't doing it because they've been told to, they're doing it because she's earned it. She's the baby goat, not just a name, but in how she's transformed the sport in record time. So, let's make it official. If you're rocking with Caitlin Clark in this WNBA All-Star game, drop a comment below. Baby goat over baby giraffe. Let's go. This is more than just a vote. It's a statement, it's a movement, and it's only getting louder.
Let's keep it real. Did y'all think Angel Reese was gonna be started? Wait. Don't get mad at me. Why you bringing up Angel? Hey. You don't tell me nothing, because I'm going to tell you something. Listen, man. Them Instagram followers and all that, it don't translate to the court. Y'all not voting, bruh. It's as simple as that. These starters are about, you got like fan votes come into play here. Y'all wasn't voting for her like that, bro. Stop it. Just stop.
How does a player with non-stop media coverage, viral moments flooding social media, And a constant stream of highlight reels and trending tweets end up nowhere near the top. When the votes actually count, that's the question hanging over Angel Reese's all-star snub. Despite all the attention, despite dominating headlines, Reese wasn't even close to leading the pack. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, who's faced her share of controversy, criticism, and relentless on-court targeting, completely crushed the fan vote, pulling in nearly 1.3 million votes, almost triple Reese's total. This isn't just a disappointing result for Reese, it's a harsh reality check. Because when you dig deeper past the social media buzz, past the flashy narratives into how the fans voted, how the media voted, and how other WNBA players voted, the gap between Clark and Reese becomes undeniable. It's not just about popularity. It's about who commands real respect. Hype can dominate timelines, hype can fuel trends. But hype alone doesn't move ballots, respect does. And that's the part that Reese's supporters might not want to confront: the simple truth that going viral isn't the same as earning the trust, admiration, and votes of those who truly know the game.
And we saw from the popularity voting, remember, it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, it was me too. Angel was 13th in the All-Star voting. Well, everything I've been told, she should have been at least second.
Make no mistake, Angel Reese was everywhere. Just a year ago, she was the media's golden child, the centerpiece of think pieces, magazine covers, and glowing features that framed her as the next big thing, the player who would redefine the future of women's basketball. You couldn't scroll through social media without her face popping up. The league bought into that narrative hard and pushed it at every opportunity. But when it really mattered, when it was time for fans to actually show up and cast their votes for the All-Star game, Reese's name didn't rise to the top. It didn't even crack the top 10. She landed all the way down at 13th place. For someone who's been called the future of the sport, that's not just disappointing, it's borderline humiliating. So where did all that momentum go? How did someone with wall-to-wall coverage, non-stop social buzz, and a league-backed spotlight find herself overlooked when the fans had the final say? It's not a mystery. The hype was there, the visibility was there, but the connection clearly wasn't. Because at the end of the day, people don't vote for media campaigns, they vote for players who earn their respect on the court.
11.3 points and 11.9 boards and a 38.5% shooter at 6'3".
Angel Reese is currently averaging around 11.3 points and 11.9 rebounds per game. At first glance, those rebounding numbers might seem solid, even respectable. But a closer look reveals a different story. Her shooting percentage has fallen to an uncomfortably low 38.9% from the field. That's not just a minor dip. It's a significant slide from her rookie season. It's the kind of drop you can't just brush off as growing pains. It's a red flag. Even the one part of her game that was supposed to be untouchable, her rebounding, has taken a step back. She's pulling down more than a full board less per game compared to last year. And for a player who stands 6 feet 3 inches and came into the league billed as an unstoppable interior force, that decline is impossible to ignore. The inconsistency isn't just showing up in her stat sheet, it's written all over her performances. Some nights she flashes that dominant potential, but far too often she fades into the background, struggling to impose her will or finish efficiently around the rim. These aren't the numbers of a generational superstar. They aren't the stats of someone who's supposed to be revolutionizing the game. In fact, they don't even scream reliable starter right now, they barely whisper it. And that whisper sounds even quieter when you stack her production against the sky-high expectations that have been attached to her name since the moment she stepped into the league. The reality is this: Angel Reese came in with the weight of the next big thing narrative on her shoulders. The media, the league, and her fans all framed her as a game changer, a cultural icon in the making. But the numbers aren't backing that up. The production isn't matching the projection. For now, the hype is outpacing the performance. And in the world of professional sports, that gap gets noticed fast.